And Double Trouble and Midnight Oil. You're listening to 102.3 WHTL in Whitehall, Wisconsin. It's 11 o'clock here on this Wednesday. Time now for Open House with Hansen Realty Group.
Understood why people are so afraid to eat in an open house. I know. The open house starts right now.
Every Wednesday here exclusively during Middays with Mark, courtesy of Hansen Realty Group. And this morning I'm being joined by Jackie Hansen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
How are you?
Great. Hard not to be good on a nice fall day like this, boy.
I'll tell you what, it is absolutely beautiful. And, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air. I love this weather. It's beautiful in the daytime. It's like summer-esque in the daytime, but then at night it's just perfectly cool. You can open the windows. I mean, it's just great weather.
It is. It is. Hard to beat this.
And we need a little rain, and that might be coming tomorrow. So
Good.
we'll have to wait
we could
and
use
see.
some again.
You bet. Get a little bit of rain in. Then we got the big dairy breakfast coming up on Saturday, which is always fun. That's going to be a good time.
Yes.
Keeping busy at Hansen Realty Group, are you?
Yeah, it's fall, and fall is keeping us moving. So, yeah, definitely things are very strong, and it's definitely a good time to give us a call if you got anything on your mind.
It seems like the market's pretty good. It does. It seems like there's a lot of properties that are being listed. Looks like you're closing a lot of properties, so
Yep.
It's nice to see that activity.
Yep, a lot of good traffic. It seems like, one of the reasons of the thing that I'm going to talk about today is it seems like a little bit of the higher end ones may be a little stalling out, but we're going to talk about how to get you there today.
Yeah, one thing that I think this is a good topic. You're talking about buying a new house or upgrading while you already own one, and I think that's something a lot of people wonder about because it makes it a little bit more complex.
It does. But honestly, just give one of us a call. We'd love to just chat with you about whatever you have on your mind. But I think it's daunting for either someone, and there's both ends of it. Like a couple who's had the family home for 10, 20 years and now all the kids have moved on. How do we trade out this house for something more manageable, or somebody that owns their first house that says, listen, I think we can afford a little more house, but what do we do when we still have a mortgage on this one? So it's absolutely doable. A lot of moving parts, but call your realtor and we'll point you from there. It's very doable.
One thing, too, is always check with your lender, too, to make sure you can get pre-qualified in the price ranges that you want.
Exactly. So what we tell you, just like if you're starting home shopping for the very first time or now looking to move up or down from what you currently have, is we would just call your lender as well. And that's the first thing we'll tell you, and just say, hey, we'd like to get pre-approved, even though we still have a house. And they'll pre-approve you contingent upon the sale of yours, or maybe just tell you, hey, go shopping, you're good to go. But we'll both get you pointed in the right direction. Yes.
Now, when you say go shopping, what do you mean exactly?
I mean, so what my jargon, I guess, is when I tell people, go get pre-approved, and that's our ticket to go shopping. You get that pre-approval letter, whether you're looking for another house, and even if you have to sell your own house, you'll get pre-approved either way. It'll be a plan that you have with your lender, and it's your pre-approval letter is kind of your ticket to go shopping.
And going shopping, that means going out and looking actively for property or a new home or...
Exactly. Showings, talking to us about what you want, what you need. We call you, we set up showings, we go look. Yep, we start searching.
Okay, so you find that ideal property, whether it's maybe a little smaller than what you have now because you don't need as much space, or maybe it's bigger because you got that growing family, or you just want a nicer home.
Right.
So you find that, but you still own your house. What do you do then?
So like I said, your lender will pre-approve you contingent on, and when I say contingent, it's as a condition of selling your current home. So you go shopping with your realtor, as I said, or maybe you found something and you want to go look at it. Now you got that pre-approval letter. What we do is we make an offer. we make an offer contingent upon the sale of yours. And what you need to do is we write that offer, and we just know that depending on the condition, you'll probably have to get yours on the market right away.
Right.
So what I tell people is when we get pre-approved, depending on the circumstance there, we still have that letter, where I would just start tidying up your house, because now you've decided that this is kind of what you might want to do, the next step. And while you're waiting for the one to come on the market, why, it's a good time to kind of start getting yours ready to go on the market, because once you get an accepted offer on the house that you want, the sellers will want to see that you've immediately put yours on the market and are aggressively advertising it, so that you can close, so that you can, proceed to closing on your new one.
So it would seem to me then that if this is what your plan is, once you get that pre-approval letter and you've talked to a professional at Hansen Realty Group, before you even start shopping, list your house, because you can get an offer on your house and sit on it for a bit until you find what you want.
Yeah,
would
you
that
can.
be true?
Yeah, you can. That seems to be not exactly a lot of people tend to find something they want, and then they're like, oh gosh, now what do we do, because we don't have ours listed and we have a mortgage on ours.
Sure.
So what we do is we write an offer. You see your lender, go look at the house, you write an offer, and then the next day or 2 days later we get yours on the market.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you can do it the other way too, as long as, it just kind of got to keep everything aligned. But we just don't want people to be scared of the process. Call us and we'll talk you through it. We'll formulate a plan, and we'll make it as stress-free as absolutely possible. It's just really important to talk to a realtor you can trust and have a lender in your pocket that you can trust. And I have 2 of these going on right now, and it's communication, and it all works out. It all works out. So if there's something you want to do, just call one of us.
So one question that comes to mind, and maybe a lot of people are thinking this too. Okay, so let's say you find a place and you make the offer and it's accepted contingent on selling your home, and then you list your home. Does the seller of the other property usually put a time frame as to how fast you have to sell your property for that contract to be valid?
Yeah, so there is always an end date, and obviously that can be amended. And as long as they see that you are, haven't overinflated the price on yours, and you have it listed with an accredited real estate company, and you're, aggressively marketing it, sellers are usually willing to work with you. Now, the thing that could throw a little bit of a wrench in it, and it's, I guess, not a little bit of a wrench, but is if someone comes along that doesn't have a house to sell. Because the reason sellers will even accept this type of offers, because they're still going to be aggressively advertising your property.
Right.
So it can be, like I said, a little touch and go as far as that goes. But what I do tell buyers at that time is talk to your lender about a potential bridge loan, so that in case someone comes along that doesn't have another house to sell, what they can do is bump you. And if you have that bridge loan in place, why you can, still secure the house if you're comfortable with that.
So a bridge loan would basically pay the seller, and what do they do? Defer the payment until you sell your home, or how does that work?
So obviously talk to your lender, but the basic concept of it is a bridge loan lets you make the payments on your current house and the interest on the new house. Until you close, and then obviously they will bundle it all back in a nice little package for you. So the potential might be that you would have to pay your current loan and interest, and own 2 houses for a short amount of time. But again, having a professional in your corner helping you navigate through all that, that's the way to go. Don't let it hold you back. We'll get you there.
Absolutely. But I think the most important part of that whole thing you just talked about, getting the right realtor, and Hansen Realty Group can do that, because it's a very complex thing. You folks understand it. You deal with it every day, and for the layman, you need to be that guide to help them through it.
Yeah, and just give us a call. No pressure. No, I mean, we'll sit and chat with you about it. Maybe now's not the right time. Maybe wait till spring, whatever. I mean, we are not high-pressure salesmen. We just want to help you, and we love to have the phone call if it's something you might have on your mind for the future or now.
So Jacob's at an open house today.
He is, bless his heart. He's down down on the outskirts of Alma. We got 21.85 acres of recreational land. It's just a beautiful property. It's selling online. But the open house is today from 10 to 2. So buzz down there. We just groomed all the trails last night. So very walkable, minimal hunting pressure right on the edge of town. Fantastic views of the Mississippi River. Just a great little recreational property that is should be very affordable and kind of in a dream location. Everybody wants hunting land in Buffalo County.
So not to be technical, but it's not really an open house, but an open land.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find Jacob there sitting on the tailgate of his pickup, handing out, and showing people around and handing out flyers and maps. And yep. So nope, not an open house. It's
Now this is online only, so if you
Correct.
want to check it out, you've got to go to the HansenAuctionGroup.com.
Yes.
And you can check out the property in detail. In fact, it's easy to register and make a bid.
That's correct. And if you have any questions about any of that process, again, just give one of us a call.
And then the next one you want to talk about, this is really a heck of a deal. I'm surprised that it's this affordable over in Taylor. It's a neat little property. I've been there, and I think this is just a turnkey operation right here.
It is. And honestly, owning a bar and grill for 19 years of my life, this property has so much that I can appreciate.
My wife and I owned one too, so I agree with you. This is really a neat property.
Right. So you got the bar. It's just a gorgeous bar with a lot of log siding, log stools, all the refrigeration and furniture goes with it. It is ready to go. And then, attached to that is the kitchen. So they can access the kitchen to serve food into the bar or into the dining room when the dining room is open. For the wait staff, there's a whole separate preparation area. And then, of course, the dining room that, seats 35 plus. There's a little waiting room. And then there's also a patio out the back. So you can sit out there and have a drink and just a lot. And then, of course, the nice 3-bedroom apartment up above. So there's 3 entities going on there, all kinds of potential for revenue.
And a place, and it comes with that apartment too. So I mean, you could live right at your business.
Yeah, or if you didn't want to, you could rent it out, and there's another, $600, $700, $800. I don't know, exactly what you could get for it, but definitely another revenue potential.
That's really a neat property, and you can check that out too. Just go to Hansen Realty Group, HREgroup.com.
That's right.
And you will see that posting. And then you've got this little piece of a great little place up by Fairchild. What a neat weekend getaway this would be.
For sure. So it's located between Fairchild and Osseo, right off Highway 10. You can hear Highway 10, but you can't really see it. It's called the Old Highway 10. And it's right off the Buffalo River Trail. So anybody that likes to snowmobile or UTV, ATV, any of that, it's right off there. You can pull right in. There's a little garage. You can put your toys in there and secure them. It's got 3 cabins, and it's on 4.2 wooded acres. It borders 50-plus acres of public hunting. You can a lot of times open up the door there and look out the patio and see deer crossing right in front of these cabins. So it's just a really nice property, and it's now been reduced to $115,000.
That looks so nice. It really does.
Now, mind you, they're off-grid cabins, but some people love, you love that. You get away from the hustle and bustle, and it's wonderful.
Get a generator and just use it on the weekend.
And there's generators included. Each cabin has its own generator with solar power. So you come in, flip the switch, and you got power.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a neat property, and you can check that out as well at HREgroup.com. And for that price, especially 4.2 acres, you really can't beat that.
Exactly.
And this house outside of Whitehall, that is just beautiful.
Right.
What a view.
Oh, I know. And this kind of prompted the reason for the chat today. If anybody's looking to upgrade, sell your house in town, you've been there a while, you just, maybe the job situation's better or whatever. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous home, brand new roof. Open concept, wraparound deck, red oak hardwood floors, 6-panel solid doors in it, full basement, partially finished with a whole separate kind of living quarters down there. And that's on 13 acres with a 36 by 60 pole shed with loafing shelter. A lot of it's fenced, so if you want to bring a cow or a horse or whatever, just a prime property just 3 miles out of Whitehall here. So if you're looking to trade up, that's a heck of an idea. This one is.
It's beautiful, and you're talking about a big house too, with a lot of square footage. The inside is incredible. The wood floors, and I tell you, just the view of it itself from that deck is worth it. That's pretty impressive. What a location too.
Exactly. Yep. So 3 miles from Whitehall. The list price on that one is $499,900. Like I said, brand new roof this year. The list goes on and on, but this is something, like I said, if this would be the dream home, and at not a very high price.
And you can check that out as well at hregroup.com. And Jackie, if people want to reach you, what's the best way to do that?
You can call or text 715-797-3332. If you go to our website, all my email information is on there, as well as the rest of my team. Don't be afraid to reach out to any of us.
And don't be afraid to take that step. If you've got a property that you own and you still want to look at something and maybe trade out, don't be afraid. It'll all come together, and if you get a professional like somebody at Hansen Realty Group, they can work you right through it and make the process easy.
Absolutely.
All
Just
right.
give us a call.
Jackie, always good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Mark.
Open House brought to you every Wednesday here on WHTL by our friends at Hansen Realty Group, and we certainly do appreciate them coming in every Wednesday.
That went well, I think.
Super
Yeah.
job as usual.